I'm about to tell you something that might get me canceled in the finance community. Budgets are a scam. Not the concept, the execution. The way we've been taught to do them is fundamentally broken. It's designed to make you feel like a failure. And I can prove it. Right now, I want you to think back to the last time you tried to budget. Really tried. You downloaded the app. You color-coded the spreadsheet. You felt so in control. How long did it last? 2 weeks? A month? Before you accidentally spent $60 on DoorDash at midnight because you were too tired to cook. If you're nodding right now, this video is for you. I'm Finn, your finance buddy. And today, I'm going to teach you a system that works so well, it feels like cheating. It's called the anti-budget. And yes, that name is intentional. Before we dive in, I need to tell you about my biggest financial failure. It was 2019. I had just gotten serious about money. I read all the books. I listened to all the podcasts. I was ready. I built a budget so detailed. It had line items for coffee and parking meters and birthday gifts for people I barely like. I felt like a financial genius. Month 1, crushed it. I was $8 under budget. I felt invincible. Month 2, I was $17 over in entertainment because I went to see a movie and I felt guilty, like I had failed some invisible test. Month 3, I rage bought a $500 espresso machine because I was so tired of saying no to myself that I said yes to everything in one catastrophic afternoon. And here's what I realized. The budget wasn't helping me build wealth, it was just giving me a sophisticated way to feel bad about being human. So I threw it out, and I built something different. Something that actually works with human psychology, instead of against it. And in the 3 years since I made this switch, I've never once felt guilty about spending money. I've never once fallen off the wagon. And my net worth has grown faster than it did when I was trying to be perfect. Because the secret to winning with money isn't discipline, it's systems. So if you've ever felt like budgeting is just financial self-torture, stay with me. This is going to change everything. Let me tell you why budgets fail. And I mean really fail. Not you're not trying hard enough, not you need more discipline. I mean structurally, psychologically fail. Budgets are like diets for your wallet. And we all know how well diets work, right? You start on Monday. You're motivated. You meal prepped. You've got chicken and broccoli in Tupperware containers. You're basically a Navy SEAL. Tuesday, still good. Wednesday, feeling a little hungry, but you're committed. Thursday, you're dreaming about pizza. And then Friday hits. You've had a terrible week at work. Your boss was a nightmare. You're exhausted. And someone suggests getting pizza. And your brain goes, you know what? I've been so good. I deserve this. Just this once. Except it's never just once. Because the moment you break the rule, the whole system collapses. You've already failed. So why not just eat the whole pizza and the breadsticks and grab ice cream on the way home? That's called the what the hell effect. It's a real psychological phenomenon. Once you perceive yourself as having broken a rule, you abandon all the rules. Budgets trigger this constantly. You budgeted $200 for groceries, but you got invited to a birthday dinner. That's $40 you didn't plan for. Now you're over budget. Your brain doesn't say, that's fine, life happens. Your brain says, you failed. You're bad with money. The system is broken. Why even try? And then you go buy that thing you've been eyeing on Amazon. Because what's the point of trying anymore? This is why I hate budgets. They punish you for being human. But here's the deeper problem. Budgets rely on something called ego depletion. Ego depletion is the idea that willpower is a limited resource. Like a battery, every decision you make drains a little bit of that battery. When you wake up in the morning, your battery is full. You can resist the donut. You can say no to the expensive coffee. You can pack your lunch. But by 3 p.m., after 12 meetings, 17 emails, and a passive-aggressive Slack message from Karen in accounting, your willpower battery is at 2%. You're running on fumes. And that's when budgets expect you to make good decisions. That's when they expect you to track your receipts, calculate your spending, and resist the temptation to order takeout. It's like asking someone to run a marathon after they've already run a marathon. The budget isn't the problem. The timing is the problem. Which brings me to the solution. What if you made all your financial decisions when your willpower battery was full? What if you made them once and then never thought about them again? That's the anti-budget. Okay, let's talk about how lazy rich people actually get rich. And yes, I said lazy, because the system I'm about to show you works best if you're lazy. The anti-budget has one rule, just one. Pay yourself first. Not pay yourself if there's money left over. Not pay yourself after you handle everything else. Not pay yourself when you feel like it. First. This is the mindset shift that changes everything. Most people treat saving like leftovers. They pay rent, they buy groceries, they go out with friends, they impulse buy something on Instagram, and then, if there's anything left at the end of the month, maybe they save it, which means nothing gets saved. The anti-budget flips the script. Saving isn't what you do after life. Saving is what happens before life. Because here's the secret that billionaires know and broke people don't. You can't spend money you never see. Let me give you an example. When you get your paycheck, taxes are already taken out, right? You never see that money. It's gone before it hits your account. Do you sit there and think, man, I really wish I could spend that tax money. I'm so tempted. Of course not, because it was never yours to spend. Your brain doesn't even register it as an option. That's what we're doing with the anti-budget. We're making your savings invisible. We're removing it from your decision-making process entirely. Here's how it works. 3 steps. That's it. Step 1. Find your freedom number. This is the amount you invest every single month, no matter what. Rain or shine, good month or bad month. This number is sacred. Now, I need to be clear about something. This is not the amount that sounds impressive. This is not the amount that Instagram told you to save. This is not the amount that makes you look good in the comments. This is the amount that's actually realistic for your life. Maybe it's $50. Maybe it's $200. Maybe it's $1,000. The number itself doesn't matter. What matters is that you can hit this number every month without it causing stress, resentment, or the financial equivalent of a panic attack. Because here's what nobody tells you. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Let me tell you about 2 people. We'll call them Sarah and Tom. Again, because I love these 2. Sarah saves $200 a month, every month, for 30 years. She never misses. She automates it and forgets about it. Tom is more aggressive. He tries to save $1,000 a month, but some months he can't do it. His car breaks down. He has a medical bill. Life happens. So he saves $1,000 for 3 months, then $0 for 2 months, then $500 the next month. He's all over the place. At the end of 30 years, who has more money? Sarah, by a lot, because her $200 compounded consistently. Tom's sporadic efforts never gained momentum. Consistency is the cheat code. So when you're picking your freedom number, pick something that feels almost too easy. Something that makes you think, wait, that's it? Because if it feels easy now, you'll actually do it. And doing it is the only thing that matters. Here's a quick formula. Take your monthly income, multiply it by 0.1. That's 10%. Can you comfortably save that without feeling deprived? If yes, that's your freedom number. If no, cut it in half. Start at 5%, or 3%, or 1%. The goal isn't to impress anyone. The goal is to build a system you'll actually use in 3 years when this video is a distant memory. Your freedom number is the price you pay for future freedom. And yes, freedom has a subscription fee. Step 2, automate it. This is the most important step. If you do nothing else from this video, do this. You're going to set up an automatic transfer that happens the morning of payday. Not the evening, not 2 days later, not when you remember, the morning. Here's why timing matters. When the money hits your account, your brain immediately starts making plans for it. Oh, I have $2,000. I can finally replace those shoes and maybe grab that thing I saw on Amazon. And dinner out would be nice. Your brain is very good at spending money you don't have yet. But if the money is gone before your brain wakes up, you never get a chance to miss it. So here's what you do. Log into your bank right now while you're watching this video. Set up an automatic transfer. The money should go from your checking account into an investment account, not a savings account, not your checking account with a different label, an actual investment account. Because if it's too easy to access, you'll access it. I use a brokerage account that takes 2 business days to transfer money back. Is that annoying? Yes. Is that the point? Also yes. Friction is your friend when it comes to spending. Friction is your enemy when it comes to saving. So we're adding friction to spending and removing friction from saving. Now, some of you are thinking, but Finn, what if I need that money? What if there's an emergency? Great question. That's why your first freedom number shouldn't go into investments. It should go into an emergency fund. Rule of thumb, save 1 month of expenses in an emergency fund. Then, once that's done, your freedom number goes into investments. But the system stays the same. Automatic. Morning of payday. Before you see it, let me tell you what happened when I automated my investments. For the first month, I kept checking my brokerage account, like every day. I was paranoid. Is it really there? Did it actually transfer? Month 2, I checked maybe once a week. Month 6, I forgot to check for an entire month. I logged in and was like, oh, there's 6 months of contributions here, plus gains. Cool. That's when I knew the system was working. Because it was so boring, I stopped thinking about it. And boring is beautiful when it comes to wealth building. Automation is willpower for lazy people, and lazy people win. Because they're not exhausting themselves with decisions, every decision you don't have to make is energy you get to spend on something else, like your career, your relationships, your hobbies. Rich people aren't smarter than you. They just automated earlier. Step 3, spend the rest. Yes, I'm serious. Once your freedom number is invested and your bills are paid, you can spend the rest, guilt-free. This is the part that breaks people's brains. Because we've been taught that responsible means saying no to everything fun. We've been taught that wealth requires suffering, that you should feel guilty every time you enjoy your money. But here's the truth. Guilt doesn't build wealth. Systems build wealth. And once the system is handled, you're allowed to be human. You want the expensive dinner? Go. You want the nice shoes? Buy them. You want to book a weekend trip? Enjoy it. Because you already won the month. The important stuff happened automatically. Your future self is taken care of. Now you get to live. This is the psychological magic of the anti-budget. It removes guilt. And guilt is what causes binge spending. When you feel guilty about every purchase, you eventually snap. You rebel against your own rules. It's like when you're on a restrictive diet and someone offers you cake and you think, I've been so good, I deserve this. And then you eat 3 slices and feel terrible. The anti-budget says, eat the cake. Just make sure the vegetables are handled first. And here's what's wild. When I switched to this system, I actually started spending less on impulse purchases because I didn't feel deprived. I didn't feel like I was constantly saying no to myself. So I stopped having those revenge spending moments where I'd blow money just to feel free. Permission is more powerful than restriction. When you know your future is handled, spending money stops feeling scary. It starts feeling like what it actually is, a tool for enjoying life. Okay, let's address the objections, because I can hear them already. Objection 1. Finn, I don't make enough money for this to work. I get it. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, the idea of paying yourself first sounds ridiculous. But here's the thing. Your freedom number scales with your income. If you make $30,000 a year, your freedom number might be $25 a month. That's not failure. That's math. That's progress. That's you choosing your future over Netflix Premium. And here's the secret. Once you start, your brain shifts. you start seeing opportunities to increase that number. You pick up a side hustle, you negotiate a raise, you find ways to grow the gap. Because you're no longer someone who's trying to save. You're someone who saves automatically. That's your identity now. Objection 2. What if an emergency happens? That's why your first goal is an emergency fund. I said this earlier, but it bears repeating. 1 month of expenses in a high-yield savings account. Accessible, but not too accessible. Once that's funded, then you move to investments. Security first, growth second. Objection 3. What if I overspend and run out of money before the end of the month? Then next month, you adjust. You lower your freedom number, or you cut back on spending. But here's the key. You don't adjust your identity. You're not a failure. You're a scientist running an experiment. This month's data told you something. Use it. The anti-budget isn't about perfection. It's about iteration. Every month, you get a little better at calibrating the system, and that's how wealth is built. Tiny adjustments over long periods of time. Let's talk about identity for a second, because this is where most financial advice gets it wrong. Most advice focuses on behavior. Do this, don't do that, track this, cut that. But behavior is hard to change, because behavior requires willpower, and willpower runs out. Identity, though? Identity is easy to change, because once you believe you're a certain type of person, your behavior follows automatically. Let me give you an example. If you see yourself as someone who's trying to save money, every month is a test. Every month, you're fighting against your natural instincts. But if you see yourself as someone who saves automatically, there's no fight. That's just who you are. The anti-budget changes your identity. You stop being someone who's trying. You become someone who does. And that shift is everything. When I automated my first investment, I didn't feel like I was making a sacrifice. I felt like I was stepping into a new version of myself. I was no longer broke Finn who's trying. I was Finn who invests. That was my identity now. And once that identity locked in, everything else became easy. Because I wasn't fighting against myself anymore. I was just being who I am. All right, quick question. Be honest. Are you A, tracker who loves spreadsheets and gets excited by color-coded categories? Or B, a lazy person who wants results without the constant mental overhead? If you're B, type anti-budget in the comments right now. I want to see who's actually ready to ditch the guilt and build a system that works with their brain instead of against it. And here's your homework. Before this video ends, I want you to do one thing. Open your banking app right now. Set up an automatic transfer. Pick your freedom number. Doesn't matter if it's $10 or $1,000, and schedule it for your next payday. That's it. That's the whole system. Once it's set up, you can forget about it. Your money will grow quietly in the background while you live your life. And if you want more systems like this, systems that work with human nature instead of demanding perfection, hit that subscribe button. We're building wealth without suffering here. We're building freedom without guilt. Because at the end of the day, money isn't the goal, freedom is the goal. And the anti-budget is how you get there. Stop budgeting. Start automating. Let your money work quietly while you live loudly. I'm Finn, your finance buddy. Be lazy, be consistent, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Oh, and one more thing. If you made it this far, you're in the top 1% of viewers. Most people bounce after 3 minutes, but you stayed, which means you're serious about this. So do me a favor, share this video with one person who needs to hear it. Your friend who's always stressed about money. Your sibling who keeps restarting budgets. That person who deserves to feel free. Send it to them, and then come back next week because I'm breaking down exactly what to invest in once your anti-budget is running. See you then.